Motherfucking, what's the motherfucking deal? My fault. I had to tweak and twonk and fix some shit. Shit just acting crazy, man. Oh man, the goddamn internet's been acting fool. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is a conversation, a place where you can speak your mind freely. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. If you don't know, we're all friends of the Den. Opinions are welcome, uncensored. Tonight we're gonna talk about etiquette, man, and we're gonna talk about what happened to etiquette. We're gonna talk about modern etiquette. You know, it seems as though the rules have changed and not necessarily for the better. So we're going to get into that conversation. Make sure you guys check out the Den on all the available platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Den Show Live. Make sure you like the page. You're already on YouTube, so it don't even matter. And make sure you tell your friends about the Den. Unless you're kind of corny, then don't tell your friends about the Den. Well, man, I'm your host, Ed Honcho, and like I said, tonight we're going to talk about etiquette. And I apologize, I was pushing up against the brink. I got back just in time to make it shake. I ain't paid for no pussy in 2019. Well, let's see what friends of the Den are available this evening, and we're going to see who we got shaking. I see the doctor. What happened to the mister? He must have gotten his PhD. Dr. Rabbit Dominic, Kenneth. Let's just start off by doing the right thing with Kenneth. 335 Eastside Herald, DeMarcus Johnson. What's the motherfucking deal? And Beverage Tiger. That could be dangerous. So here is the deal. Nah, man, look. I guess we'll have a little bit of conversation, old school Den style, before we jump into the topic. I refuse to ever watch this show, God friend. That sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. When I first heard about the premise of the show, I was talking to my old lady about it. I thought that shit sounded dumb as fuck. But for some reason, it sounds like some shit people would buy into today. I wouldn't be surprised if the show is actually doing well. It just seems like some dumb shit. That's my thought on that. So again, talking about etiquette, man, and the reason we're going to be talking about etiquette today, probably a family-friendly show. It's something to come on with like ABC or NBC or whatever channel Monday Night Football comes on. So, again, I don't watch that shit. Like, if it's not a live sporting event, you might as well just assume that I do not watch it. If it's not a live sporting event, or maybe like one or two cartoon shows on fucking Netflix, it's like a 92% chance that I have not watched it. I don't even really watch ESPN. Not on a day like Fox Sports, Southwest, ESPN, on that. I don't watch that shit on a day. I might catch a video here and there sometime throughout the week if they're talking about the Texans, but I'm not going to really sit there watching it all day to see if they're going to say something about the Texans when I know they're really not going to talk about them. So, no. Excuse me. So here's the deal, man. Again, welcome to the Den. And all that shit looks stupid to me, man. Like, I can't be entertained by those kind of shows. Like, it just ain't gonna happen. And no diss to anybody who does watch that. It just ain't my bag, man. So, the reason why we're talking about etiquette tonight, is because most of the folks who tune into the Den, I don't know where some people come from. Lyric, good to see you. ATL family, good to see you. The R. Kelly thing. We're going to speak on that today before it's all said and done, because that kind of goes into it, I guess, a little bit, maybe. Probably not. But we're not here to teach etiquette lessons. We're just here to talk about etiquette. And so, again, most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with soft sports and what that's all about. And if you've been tuning in for long enough, you should kind of know how I vibe and how I operate on that platform. And so as I was getting in, I was trying to decide, what are we going to talk about this evening? What are we going to discuss in the Den tonight? And, you know, it's a playoff week between the Texans and the Colts. Colts fans haven't said shit all fucking year. Prior to the first game, prior to the second game, a couple of them tried to talk a little bit of shit afterwards. They didn't really, because it wasn't like it was, they just blew it out. But now, they act like, you know, it's this big deal. They're going to blow it. They're believing their own hype right now. And so a Colts fan, some ass clown, posted a link to a video on his channel on my video. Now, y'all know me. I have no problem promoting things I like. I have no problem showing love to people. I've brought fans from other fan bases live on the stream multiple times. So it's not an issue of hating on another team. But all of a sudden, you know, you want to come spamming and putting your little shitty links on there. I didn't watch the video, but it's about etiquette. Because again, like I said, if you've ever watched the channel, then you know, hey, it's not a big deal. Somebody reaches out to me or somebody suggests, hey man, bring this person on or bring that person on. We'll reach through whatever necessary channels to try to get to them. If, you know, I feel like they're suitable to bring on for the sauce. But just that spamming shit, I'm not with that. And I think that's etiquette. Now, it's one thing when you go to these channels, like, my deal is that I look at internet etiquette like this. If you're spamming your link on a channel that just copies other people's content and just reposts it as their own, fuck them channels. Like, fuck it. Post your links there, because that's all they're doing is stealing somebody else's content. It's not fucking original. So I don't give a fuck about it. If it's not your, like, I have a thing, and maybe I'm being funny about it. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. But like, I don't really have as much love. Like, I'll watch because, you know, hey, if I can catch the video there, yeah, I'll watch it. But I don't have as much I don't want to say respect, but I don't favor types of channels like that. If you're not really putting any of your original content on there, I mean, even if it's some commentary or something, if you're just taking other people's videos and reposting them, like, as much time as I put in to the sauce or the den or whatever, and try my best to do something a little bit original, then it's just hard for me to, you know, look at something that takes literally a minute to fucking do and consider that, oh man, that guy's a good content creator. That guy, this channel, oh, that's great. So fuck those channels. I mean, you're stealing somebody else's shit, so other people should be able to promote on your shit. So I don't look at it like that. But like I say, everything on the sauce is original. Like, I haven't even put highlights up in a long time because, you know, fucking copyright shit can get real funny. Now, there's some things that you can do, but YouTube can be real funny about that shit. And so I got some plans though for some of that coming up in 2019 to do some things differently. But my deal is this. So I mean, like that, but don't come on my shit posting your little raggedy ass links. It's not a fucking commentary. If you're trying to get at me, there's plenty of platforms in which you can get at me. You know what I mean? You can get, yeah, the Rockets highlights thing, man. I'll talk about that in a second. There's plenty of ways that you can get at me if you want to, you know, if you're trying to retort, if you got a reply to something I say, oh, I'll watch it then. Yeah, I'll definitely. But you just come posting your raggedy ass link on my shit. Yeah, your raggedy ass link, all crusty looking. Yo, old crusty ass YouTube link. No. But my thing is this, man. Like, you know, don't do that shit. Reach out, and y'all know me. I don't really give a fuck about too much. I'm not gonna let too much, you know, annoy me, or I'm not gonna get upset about the shit. But you're not gonna just come and just try to, you know, it's the hot topic. You just gonna paste your raggedy ass link on my shit. It just ain't gonna happen. So check you out on the new Kush D. But my thing is this, man. So I mean, and so I was just thinking about, I'm like, man, what kind of, it made me start thinking about etiquette, and that's where it came from. So I mean, if y'all are wondering why, and I get it, like I said, I left the dude's comment up for about 30 minutes. And I just left him best to say, man, like, if you want to get at me, but ain't nobody finna fuck with your bullshit. Your bullshit ass fucking link, not on the sauce. It ain't gonna happen. Put in too much work for that shit. And I'll make sure y'all do stay tuned, because because they got me annoyed. So I'm gonna drop some old OG 16-0 Honcho video tomorrow on the Colts. It's because last year I used to really hit them up. I don't think I do so as much this year. I've been more, even keeled. But that got me a little annoyed. So I'm gonna drop some fire for tomorrow. We'll talk. We can talk a bit about Louis C.K. and some other stuff like that. I mean, there's plenty to talk about when it comes to etiquette. And I have no problem with what Louis C.K. was doing. As far as talking about the the non-binary jokes and the things like that, because it was a small crowd, but somebody took it upon themselves. And here's etiquette. Let's talk about etiquette. Somebody took it upon themselves to record what he did and put it out there. It wasn't a big special. It wasn't a big, and that's why I say, like, a lot of people do that with comedians, like, and that bothers me. That bothers me with people. Like, this is why I say etiquette no longer exists. You make it hard for me. I don't understand. I think people go into things and they don't understand what the fuck they're doing, or they just don't give a fuck. So, like, when a comedian who works hard, not an Amy Schumer, but a comedian who works hard, creating their own shit, it sometimes takes like, I've listened to a lot of comedians, and they talk about how sometimes it can take a year or two or more to perfect that joke, just the delivery, to see how people respond. It's like almost like a sociology experiment. Different crowds, different backgrounds, Bible Belt, or you may be in Cali or West Coast, East Coast. People are going to respond to things differently. So it takes time to develop that perfect delivery. And when you go to somebody's show and you record their shit and then you upload it to the internet, they didn't make it, but people are complaining because somebody else made it public. This is what I'm talking about. Because he knows he's still trying to be kind of low key. He's not trying to get all the way out there. He's testing out new jokes, seeing how people are responding to him, things of that nature. And what happened was Louis C.K. recently did a show. I forgot where at, but somebody recorded it and then basically posted it and transcribed some of the jokes or whatever. So it's floating about, he was talking about non-binary people and he was talking about the Parkland shooting and all these things, like things that nobody would give a fuck about had all the bullshit came out about him prior to in suburban New York. Okay, NYC. I thought those East Coasters were so tough skinned, but. So the thing about it is, had that not been released, because it's not like he was putting it out there for the public, he was doing it for a particular crowd, it wouldn't be a big deal. And that's the thing, is like, now people are trying to ruin him for whatever. But what my thing is about the etiquette of the person who goes to the show. And that's what I'm kind of referring to general comedy. Like, I don't know if people think that comics fucking make up new jokes every fucking night for every city they go to. They perform a fucking routine, just like when you go to a play, just like when you go to a movie or whatever it may be. But a movie is not done live. It's just a movie. But these people create routines, and some of it's on the fly, responding to the crowd, and they may switch up a joke here or there. But for the most part, when do you have time, if you're going from city to city every couple of nights, to really just create a whole new set of, and I don't think people think. And so people go, they watch and they record and they upload to get their own little views. And it makes the comedian's job hard. I've heard these jokes already. Well, it's your stupid ass fault for fucking watching the videos of his newest stand-up and then going and see it, knowing that you're going to watch it a week later in person and expecting to be some new shit. So again, etiquette. As a fan, I think there's a certain level of etiquette that you should have. But again, we live in a day and age of views. That's all that matters. That's all that counts, as long as I can, some more true grass, basically. So basically, it's all views, whatever attention I can get, at the expense of anyone else. And this is why I started thinking more about etiquette, because just like people don't care anymore. Watched the video that Shaq Cushit called in and mentioned the other day about the dude in the middle of it wasn't in New York. It was actually in San Francisco where it happened. In San Francisco where it happened, and the dude beat the shit out of old buddy. Security guard was standing right there, didn't help him out. I mean, beat the brakes off the dude. Probably could have killed him, stomped his face in the ground after he'd already knocked him out, continued to beat him down, and nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? Yes, people are stupid. I had to learn that easy lesson. I had to learn the hard way. Somebody I told y'all about, with the club dynamic. But etiquette. People sitting there watching the dude beat the shit out of him. Nobody's doing anything because they don't want to get their asses beat, of course. And I'm pretty sure there were some drugs and some other things involved. But But there's no way I could have sat there and watched. Like, I wouldn't mind, you know, if they fighting, cool, they fighting. But once the dude is out and then this motherfucker still punching on him and then I'm gonna be honest, I'm a person who's about minding my own fucking business. Like, I'm about minding my own fucking business. But a situation like that, I'd have to put that nigga to bed, man. But the thing is, so he got arrested a couple of days later, and it's a wrap for him. But both of them niggas actually don't feel as bad because both of them were some scumbags, and they were fighting over a fucking stolen Bluetooth speaker. So you could tell definitely with some drugs and some mental illness or whatever else you want to call it involved. Yes, the McDonald's fight over a straw. That bitch was giving it all she got. She wasn't landing too much of shit. She was tearing them arms up though. But and I posted something about that in the den. You know, were the guys who in that video, were they wrong for not doing more, mainly just trying to pull her back? I mean, was it right for them to try to not attack the customer and keep their jobs, or should they have done more to prevent that man from attacking that lady? Should they have done more? I posted because, you know, I talked about, you know, working at McDonald's a few years back and never had an incident like that or anything like that. The most I ever saw was a lady get mad because this fucking burger, like, she was a lard ass. And it was probably my fault because I probably didn't say no butter on the shit. She fucking wanted all this other shit on it. And I think I missed the no butter and mayonnaise and just extra this and extra that. Like, I don't even know how you could have tasted the butter with all that fucking shit that was on there. And this bitch threw the burger back in the window at the girl who's working like at the front window. Just branched off. It's like, well, fuck it, you paid for it already. Goofy broad, fucking laying well. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, you could easily say, hey man, I didn't want any butter on this. Like, I've never seen anybody get that mad. I'm saying 11-year-old boy died of an allergic reaction after smelling fish. What the fuck? It must have been some potent pussy. So my thing though, like I say, you know, is etiquette. Etiquette. All have a Christian background. You hungry? Well, I mean, if you want to eat, then don't throw the food back at somebody. Just say, man, you know, you rebaked it. Took like a whole 40 seconds. All that shit damn near pre-made. But again, you know, take it out on that chick. But again, like I say, you know, etiquette. The way that people handle themselves, it's the common rules of a society, in a sense. Well, rules are rules, but the proper rules, I guess, if you will. I had a definition earlier. I didn't really the exact definition, but I didn't save it. But you know, or the certain unwritten rules within a profession. Sometimes, you know, man or a wife for diamond bracelet receive 48 more diamond bracelets. Oh shit, they bad. eBay, here we go, you know. But again, so my thing is this: where are the manners? Where are the etiquette? And where is the etiquette? Not where are the etiquette? But my thing is this: you look at people these days, and I thought about doing something like that, Cappy. I thought about doing, like I said, because I told them to start doing some daily videos for the den, and I was thinking about maybe doing some short news related videos and just kind of, you know, checking out and kind of giving my little commentary on it. But again, I'm probably will do that. But I'm just, again, like I said, I want to bring a crowd to the den. I want to bring more people to the den. I don't want to bring a bunch of SJWs, and they'll all be hanging with Heidi. She'll be gassing them up, and there you go. She'll be pumping them full of her feminist rhetoric, and we'll have fucking Heidi den, and that'll be the worst thing that could possibly happen. So yeah, we definitely don't want a Dominic den. That'd be even worse. That'd be much more worse. Much worse. I'm talking all kind of crazy today. I'm a little fucking tired. But again, ultimately, you know, etiquette, man. Like, you say low etiquette because Americans come from everywhere, so the rules are relaxed. And I can understand that. And I think it's more within particular communities. But my thing is, you look at the internet. And I think the internet is part of the reason why etiquette has diminished, because people tend to be rude before they tend to be polite these days. People tend to be angry before they tend to be helpful. And I know, because, you know, that's why I say I stopped watching news and all, because you watch all this shit. You watch everything that the news gasses you up with. It'll make you angry. It'll make you upset. It'll make you fearful or whatever it may be, but it'll give you a negative reaction. And Let's see. Very interesting. The rule is karate. Karate rules. That's you got to go by karate rules. So my thing is, no, there is a rule. Whoever can fight the best wins. Whoever has the most fucking artillery wins. But my thing is, it's a crazy, crazy fucking situation, man. It's like, let it down now. All right, cool. The rules: whenever you pass, go collect $200. That sounds like the rules. Now, where's go? But again, like I say, man, it's a bad situation because people don't give a fuck. Like I say, it's easy to be rude on the internet because I think the internet is like money. And what I mean by saying that is, they say when you have money, it brings out the real you. So if you got a lot of money and you're helpful and you're kind and you're giving, then that's just who you are as a person. If you got a lot of money and you're stingy and you're cruel and you do bad things to people or hurt people or try to just, fuck them over for more or whatever else it is, then, that's who you are. The internet is the same way because you have like this freedom, to hide behind something and be what you truly feel within your soul. And so if you're a fucking piece of shit dickhead, you'll get some little fucking bullshit ass avatar and run on every fucking comment board and Yahoo comment that you can get on. You'll talk a bunch of shit and feel like you'll never have to serve any repercussion for it. If you are a kinder, gentler person, or you real about what you say, you put your own face out there, you speak your piece. And there's some people who have fucking their real face and they a bunch of fucking dickheads too, but they stay in the middle of fucking nowhere where nobody's ever going to fucking go. So they feel safe in their own little environment because they don't ever really go places. So they feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want to and not have to deal with the repercussions. Yeah, fucking losers. So, now internet troll finder, starring the Baker Man. Hey nigga, I heard you was talking shit. Now I'm at your front door. What you gonna do? And so, I'll tell you, they're certified asshole. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a business giving out asshole certifications. Not like that, but like that. Or maybe if women are into that type of shit, they need certified ass. Well, yeah, that's a whole other story. We're not gonna go down that road. Baker finds the figure. Hey, little nigga. See you getting off the school bus. Heard you were talking a bunch of shit. We found your punk ass now. Who's the Xbox nigger now? So again, like I say, man, etiquette is a fucking funny situation, man. And it's almost sad because it almost seems like people prefer to be rude. And I don't know if that, again, like I said, that's them being fearful. I think people are afraid of being hurt or done bad. And so people tend to be ruder to have that deflection, to keep people away more so than invite people into their space, to allow people the opportunity to fuck them over or do anything negative to them. Scared them out like Tyrone. And, oh man, ain't nothing wrong being wrong. Like when people realize like right and wrong, as long as no lives were lost, we're not going to talk about certain potential presidents, but right and wrong is this. It doesn't matter. You speak your piece. I've been wrong a ton of times about the fucking Texans, things that I thought would happen. Taking losses, I thought we would win. I'm sure last season I probably called wins on everything and we were fucking decimated. Not for the bitch where they raped up the ass past where they fucking swole. That's why we have no crow show. Oh yeah, I forgot Jay Dizzle did call. I need to fix the crow. I got some shit I got to do. I'm gonna definitely take care of a lot of things tomorrow. It's been a bit of a busy week. I'm gonna straighten some things out. So what if you have to face bad customer service? When you curse them out, or at least be angry? I mean, here's my thing, man, and this is why I look at people differently, and it takes a bit to get me mad. That's why I don't really respond. Like, one, because I understand the internet in a sense. Like I say, people feel like they have that safety barrier, so they're gonna talk a bunch of shit and say a bunch of off the wall shit. I'm not gonna let it get angry. Now, if I can put my hands on you, and I know where you're at, and I'm finna really, if it's really worthwhile, then you know it's a different situation. But internet, I'm not going to expand the energy. I'm not going to use the energy. Bad customer service, face to face. Usually when you're getting bad customer service, that person's life is generally shit. And, you know, I'm a relatively moderately positive person. And that's why I don't really let that shit bother me. As long as I get what I need handled. You know, hey, you know, let me speak to your fucking supervisor, you dumb piece of shit. You on the bottom of the totem pole, you know, fucking shit rolls down here. You're probably one covered in it because you probably fucking stepped in it in the first place. I don't really let a lot of that shit get to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I'm not because anger, hate, these emotions, man, they'll eat away at you, man. I wallowed in that for so long, you know, and it can decimate you. So I don't really catch myself in those moods. I usually laugh a lot of shit off, knowing that, man, if I really wanted to, I'd fucking break you in fucking half. If I really wanted to, I'd do something real bad to you and not think twice about it. That's why I always say that I'm overly respectful with people, so that when you disrespect me, I have no qualms about what I do to you. You know, I don't even think twice about it. So that's just how it is, you know. And that's why I go out of my way initially to be respectful. But when you start pushing those boundaries, then it's like, all right, we got issue. That's why I like when I talk about Kenneth, like I really go slap Kenneth. I like Kenneth, but I'm gonna slap Kenneth. So again, you know, my thing is, and yeah, exactly. My respect is a manipulation. No, not at all. I'm not manipulating anything. I think it's fair. I've set a fair ground for us to a level playing field. You know, I'm respectful to you, and I expect that in return. But if you cannot reciprocate the respect, then the rules of engagement have been altered. Machiavelli the Don, Illuminati, 7-Day Theory. But I manipulate no one. I'm not a manipulator. I don't agree. So my thing is this though. Etiquette. And I feel like that's polite. Even if I don't necessarily like you, I will offer you that ability to have my respect. But if you choose not to accept it, the original big beat down. Man, I was like, man, McDonald's is a dangerous place, man. Shit happens in McDonald's probably, I don't know if it's location, because, you know, McDonald's, it's not about the food. Their motto is the real estate. Like, you can't just go say, I'm gonna put a fucking McDonald's in the middle of a neighborhood. Like, it's all about real estate. That was Ray Kroc's whole thing. It's like, it's about location. We have the best real estate as far as restaurant chains, as far as fast food chains. So, 1 billion served. You get a beating and a eating. So again, my thing is, you know, the point I want to make a little bit later. I want to make sure I don't forget that. But my thing is ultimately that. Oh, so you say, what do I feel about feminists? Here's my deal about feminists. You know, you talk about women's suffrage, you talk about, you know, rights for women, and I feel like everybody deserves an equal opportunity. That's my thing. I don't stray from that. Do I feel like anybody should be put on a pedestal ahead of anybody? No. I think feminists started off with the right ideas in a sense, but now it's to the point of a lot of nitpicking. And now the things that they're trying to push, it's not even about feminism anymore. It's about a power grab. Yes. So, I'm going to do something real quick. Shout out to Dr. Rabbit. at a request that was made, we shall do a little something. We'll see how it works out, and if it doesn't, then we'll figure it out from there. But again, so my thing is this, man. I do feel like women do deserve equal rights in every aspect. There's some things that still could be tweaked to level the playing field. But I think every now the majority of things that they're fucking complaining about are nitpicky things. They're low level things. It is, man, come on, it's the Warriors versus Harden, so it is what it is. But, the thing about it is, ultimately, and hold on, let me see something. All right, that'll work. So ultimately, like I said, I do believe that, everybody deserves a fair chance. Everybody deserves a fair shot. So my thing about feminists is I have an issue with some of their methods. Most of their ideals now become distorted, and a lot of it isn't about anything. It has nothing to do with equality. And so that's my issue with them. But getting back to etiquette, and they lack etiquette. That's my issue with feminists. They lack fucking etiquette. But again, getting back to etiquette and the way people behave and the way people act and why people think it's justified to do the things that they do. And I'll open up the Denline here in about 4-5 minutes. So again, like I say, what can be done to change these things, or is it the way it is as long as that's why I'm not even paying attention to that. We didn't get no sauce today. Now they finna switch it up. There's very little etiquette in this society. I think in certain aspects, certain cultures, maybe they're still retain, I think more the culture within the American culture. So, I don't know, the Asians maybe, and certain groups that are smaller, more unified. I think they may retain some culture. But what, 330? 330 people. I'll whoop all 330. I'll line them up. Be like, oh girl, she did 500. Fuck. I could be like, I have to have a day at a time. Like, we'll just do one a day. But my thing is this. So my thing is this, man. But here's my thing is, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all have gone far left. Your etiquette is terrible, all of you. But again, like I say, what happened to politeness? What happened to, and I know you had mentioned something about people don't want to be wrong. Is invested in your fellow man, is that wrong? Is it not worth the risk? Is it not worth, being polite and hoping that it benefits somebody, or maybe it inspires somebody to do better? Or people that corrupt that none of that shit even matters? Why? Apparently you are here because you just replied to some shit and you seen it, so you would be here. So I don't know about you, Kenneth. You got some behavior issues, and I don't know who's been timed down more, Kenneth or Jay Bird. I'll have to figure that out. But politics, and the funny thing about it is like, I don't know, politics is such a weird thing, and because it's you giving. Speaking of, I gave you power. It's you giving power to another man or another woman to represent who you are. And I don't believe in that. I don't think that makes any sense, because these people don't even fucking give a shit about who you are. They don't give a shit about you. They care about your vote. And then after they got that, they don't give a fuck about you. Um, but my thing is this. Y'all going crazy. But people are rude in politics. I mean, certain race issues, I think you have rudeness based on certain stereotypes from all parties. But I think people allow all of this outside shit, and this is what I was talking about earlier about the news and talking about, listening to outside. So if it doesn't happen to me in my life, as far as my life, I've had a couple of incidents here and there. And I've had a couple of incidents here and there, but I've rectified those situations and they ended there. But, if you listen to people and, again, like I said, all the situations they take on and they listen to these stories from, see, I told you those people are this, those people, what did they do to you, And so people feel the right to demean entire groups of people because they feel like they've heard enough stories about these people, but it negates the individual. And so I'm not a person like that. I talk in a lot of generalizations. I say a lot of shit, jokingly, but I respect the individual. And if I were to encounter, we've had conversations about trans ma'am and feminists and all these other things. I would always still be, if I encounter a person that they identified as a feminist, I would always be polite until they start getting rude, and then we have a problem. And then I'm finna go ahead and open up the floodgates. But my thing is just that, why? Why are we like this? Because it's not always politics. It can be anything. Motherfuckers could talk about music and motherfuckers get angry. Motherfuckers could talk about sports. Sports don't count. There are no etiquette in sport. There is no etiquette in sports. I hate the fact, like I talk about the Texans when they fucking help other motherfuckers off the ground. And you want to talk about the biggest fucking etiquette bitch in fucking sports? It's Andrew Luck. I hate that motherfucker. Oh, good hit. Oh, man, you really got me there, bud. I hate that motherfucker. I hate him so fucking much. H-Town kid or not. Fuck that guy. But ultimately, like I say, it's just a situation where I think people are angrier now than they were in the past. And they find reasons to make them angry. People wake up every day unhappy about their life. And so they wake up to find justifications to blame as to why they're angry about everything. They wake up to find reasons why their life sucks and it's somebody else's fault. And so they use that as a reason to be rude. Well, I can't be this because I'm getting punched down on, so I have to respond until somebody fucking does respond for them. Oh man, I ain't heard Baker Man say that. I used to be lying. No candy. That used to be the shit. No candy. They got no candy for anybody who can't control their outbursts. I'll be quartered till I'm crossed. And exactly, and that's just ultimately what it is, man. I have no problems with anybody until you have a problem with me, and then, hey, let's run it. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. So, yeah, let's open up the deadline. Yeah, because look, that shit, that's the lick right there. No candy, man. It was bad. That no candy was the line for a little bit. That Mr. Baker Man had the line of the year for a while there, man. Let's see. Well, that's unfortunate. I've been taking L's. I've lost like 5 or 6 straight fights to Jay Dizzle. Make an I Got Candy shirt. No, if I make an I Got Candy shirt, then I'll say, look at this fucking pedo. Let's take him to jail. Tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. I hope you get a Church's honey butter biscuit for your birthday. So, all that good stuff that comes with it. Even a little butter to go with it. A little extra butter. But don't throw it back at whoever served it to you. That's not polite. That's not proper etiquette. But like I say, let's open up the deadline. Let me make sure everything is appropriate. But are you the real James Harden? When is the real James Harden's birthday? So what if everybody like just skips your birthday and only you look for you on James Harden's real birthday? Then what? Then what? So let's see. What's the motherfucking deal, D-Lo? All right, here's the deal. We're going to open up the line. So if y'all want to call in, y'all got something y'all want to say, something y'all want to speak on, let's talk about it. And again, like I say, I don't even know what's going on with that. Some people have some real odd avatars. They bother me. They scare me. Yeah, it's hard to beat fucking 4 superstars by yourself. The ragtag group of flunkies. So, fuck, I meant to accept the fight. I got distracted. Well, yeah, Watson does play with a ragtag group of flunkies, except for the greatest wide receiver in the world. In the fucking world. But this isn't soft sports, so we're not going to talk about that. Broderick, what's the motherfucking deal? What is shaking? Let me get this little challenge in. But again, like I say, talking about etiquette, man, and why people are so rude, why are people so angry, why are people so upset with their lives? I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it. But again, I started out that way. I had to learn the difference. I had to learn why I felt the way I felt and to change that. Why do you think that most people love you perform ASMR? Yeah, I'm gonna start a ASMR channel called the ASMR Den, and I'm gonna have the same conversations I have in the den, but I'm gonna talk like this the whole time. Like, hey, I just whooped Dr. Rabbit's ass. Didn't want to have to do it, but I did. But it's terrible. That's terrible. But ultimately, man, let's I want to know how y'all feel, man. What do y'all think is the reason why etiquette is slowly disappearing? And we can talk about table etiquette, but I don't think people give a fuck about that. People seem to chew and smack more than ever. Maybe is it just me? That's just something that bothers. I don't like being near people when they eat. I hate listening to people eat. It bothers the fuck out of me. And that's like a new trend on YouTube. I think they got some eating shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
It's Edmund.
Edmund, how are you doing this evening, Edmund? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
I don't know if you remember, there was this video that a while back where it showed this kid cursing out her grandmother and her mom or whatever in like some fast food restaurant.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
But like, the kid was basically just going out of control. The kid was going out of control and just cursing, just disrespecting, the family and in front of like someone, like in front of, the restaurant. So I was wondering, like, how does that come by? Like, how do you allow the kid to grow up and to become such a disrespectful, little boy?
That's when you try to be friends with your kid instead of being a parent to your child. And the kid feels like they are on an equal playing field as you. And that's my big issue with sitting here and saying, oh, but people who do everything and give kids whatever they want and spoil them, because then the kid has no respect for you or whatever you stand for, because they feel like you're a peer instead of a parent. And you disrespect peers like that. You don't respect people you view as authority like that. And so what happens is it starts from young. People embrace all the cuteness, or they're so cute, and They start talking and, oh, that's so cute. They're walking, it's so cute. And they start doing other little stuff. Oh, they're just a kid. And a lot of times it's those, I saw it, and I'm going to refer to something in a second, but it's a lot of times, again, like I say, those people who just, they can't check their children. Those people, like, it bothers me. I hate the saying. The thing I hate more than anything, like one of the well, not one of them more than anything, but one of the sayings that I hate the most is when people say, my kids are the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And maybe, yeah, if you ain't really done a lot in life, and I know some parents are not going to like that, and maybe because I'm not a parent, you know, I can understand having kids changed you. It can make you a better person, but your kids are not the best thing that ever happened to you. I think that because you have a lot of people who have kids, don't change for the better, don't do anything. You know, the kids may have brought you a realization, you know, to do better in life, accept that responsibility. But the best thing that ever happened to you is that you made a decision to change. You did that. Like a lot of people who, I know a lot of people who like put everything to the side for their kids. I don't think you should do that. And what I'm saying is, yes, you do everything you need to do to make sure your kids have solid structure, to have a roof over their heads, to have clothes. But for you to stop living your life just so your kids can have theirs, it doesn't make sense to me, because it seems to be like a weird cycle. Because if everybody did that, then nobody gets anywhere. Well, especially with a lot of people having kids young, unless you just decide to not have kids until you get to everything you want in life, then you have kids, then you put the rest of your life on hold. But yeah, that's just from people, like, again, like I say, not disciplining their kids and being friends with their kids and allowing their kids to dictate what happens in the household. And then they get embarrassed in public and don't know what to do, when a good backhand jabber cut to the mouth would alleviate all those problems. Abuse kid. Y'all know about it. You want to win, abuse the kid.
But do you believe that these parents are being a little conservative with disciplining their kids due to the fact that they don't want to be labeled as a, you know, what Adrian Peterson was labeled as, like who beats his kids and tries to instill discipline, but, you know, tries to do it in a way that doesn't attract, you know, child protective service.
Well, if you don't want to attract the child protective service, you make sure they wear pants and you only whoop the legs. Nah, but all jokes aside, there's other ways of punishment. There's especially in this day and age, and it's funny because it's super funny because you just got to be creative with the punishment. I'm not saying to beat your kids up. I'm not really telling you to go all Street Fighter, all Ryu on your kids and shit. But, you know, nowadays it's all about attention, right? So give them that embarrassing attention. If you, and again, like, I'm not with the whole let's shave their heads and do all the other stuff, but like if you're out there doing dumb shit, well, let's show the world you doing that dumb shit, since that's what you want to behave like. You'll see a kid straighten up quick, especially kids who want to do who love YouTube and do all this other stuff. Like, you just got to be creative. And I'm not saying that's not always the end all be all. You know, some of the motherfuckers may be like, fuck it. But you just have to get creative with your punishment in a way that they're going to remember what they did, and they'll think twice before ever doing it again. Like, I saw the one that the fucking kid, it made boomerang high to the flame. Saw the one with the kid that made a fucking kid do like Fortnite dances for a long ass time because the motherfucker was tripping. Yeah, we talked about that, doing the wall sit, the push up shit. Like I said, when the little one be tripping, I make her do planks and wall sits and little shit like that. I know Daves was talking about that, but here's the thing too with that is you're gonna get a double benefit. So here's you're gonna be able to take the punishment that you get when you want to be bad. If you want to be bad, you're gonna be a swole little bad motherfucker, or you're gonna learn your lesson and not do that shit anymore. But I think you just have to get creative with the punishment. It ain't about just, like I say, beating your kid and doing all that shit, but you have to do things that they will remember and think twice before they do it again. Because
that makes sense. Because you know, when you try to, when your kids start acting up, you know, you want to make sure that they get the message.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes words don't work. Like, you tell them over and over, and they don't listen. So having them suffer a little bit kind of gets that message through more efficiently. But with the way society works nowadays, like, someone could just report you for maybe just doing a little spanking. But like, I mean, at this point, it's fair to question, like, should these kids be removed from their parents if they're not qualified, or they're not, prepared to take care of these kids?
It's an interesting question, because what happens when the kids get in the system can almost be just as, if not more, fucked up than the original homes that these kids are in. That's a conversation, I'll be honest, I don't not that I don't want to get into, but I don't want to get into it right now. So we'll talk about that a little bit, because I remember we did a Soft Society a while back, and it's been a while since we've done a Soft Society. I need to reach out to Man Thing, see how he's doing. But we had talked about that, and, studies show that spanking and things like that, can have other problems with children. So again, as far as unfit parents, though, that's a completely different conversation, and we'll discuss that. I'll make that a before the, let's see, what's tomorrow? We might maybe tomorrow. I had another topic in mind, but that might be a little bit more. We'll see. We'll talk about but we'll talk about it sometime soon before the weekend is over. We'll talk about unfit parenting.
All right. Yeah, because I remember I saw an article saying that Germans, I guess Germans are one of the most disciplined kids in the whole world, and they use, they teach etiquettes at a young age, and they do it through a system in which, they actually go to have classes of etiquettes. But I could be wrong. I don't know if the article was legit or not, but it was interesting to see, like, how, a different country and a different society attacks something like etiquette.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. That may be true, but don't say it in public, because then you're gonna give Heidi fuel, and you know how it is whenever she gets on a rampage. You gotta trip her or something. But man, I appreciate it. We'll definitely talk about it, though. If you get that article, man, send me a link to that article if you can find it. I'd definitely like to read it, and I'll bring it up when we have the discussion.
All right, bet.
All right, appreciate the call today, man. Man, interesting. But yeah, I mean, you look at other cultures, though. But I mean, and this is outside of America, when you have again, like I say, a unified mentality of how you're going to approach these things and what's acceptable in different cultures and different countries, you're going to get different results. But here, everybody don't whoop those kids. But again, punish them, shit. Do them like they be football practice, make a motherfucker run all practice, do bear crawls and shit like that. And I saw Jared Key have a very good point. He said when them little kids get stronger, shit, make sure you up the fucking workout. I definitely look, fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't even want to get into it. When you behave, you get a horse. You fucking slap them on the balls, get kicked. Double etiquette. When you're talking about a friendly feminist, what the hell is that? Germans, God, y'all are crazy. I ain't finna read all this shit. I was a donkey. I was wondering why that horse's head looks so big. It's a big head fucking horse. The 5-year-old I told you I could sit Wall Street up to 10 now. No shit. See, yeah, but that's the thing. That's how you gonna look. They're gonna be ready for the world whenever the time comes. Shit, they will definitely be prepared. Wow, interesting. That's not the American way. Again, so we grew up in a spoiled family. I figured. Who has horses? I sent her to a manor school. And in the manor school, how do they operate? Since you went to manor school, was the manor school in a manor? Yeah, I like corny jokes. So what? It's my channel. I can be corny if I want to. Fuck that. But Beyond the funny, nigga, what's the motherfucking deal, man? They call it manners boot camp. Interesting. They teach you how to speak, how to eat situations. But I think that is ideal, man. I think that is ideal. Because we've talked about sending the little one to some type of etiquette classes. Because, you know, before it's all said and done, I'm going to be filthy fucking rich. And I'm going to be eating in high society. And she'll be the only polite one at the table. I'm going to be in there talking shit, crumbs flying all out my mouth, calling people stupid motherfuckers. That's what I want to do. I always want to be the motherfucker like the dude in the movies. Like, you know, it's always like one of those scenes in the movie where like one of the motherfuckers is in an environment where he doesn't belong, full of a bunch of fucking snobby ass people and shit. And he just fucking up the whole fucking vibe. You know what I mean? I want to be that guy. Yeah, well, you're not welcome back here, Senor Honcho. Fuck y'all. I didn't want to be here in the first place. Fuck y'all spoons. Fuck your teaspoon. Fuck your soup spoon. You know what I'm saying? You know, your wife was low-key trying to get the BBC, so fuck all y'all. If I was to do and get out, it would have ended much differently. And I have a certain set of skills that would allow me to never be in a scenario like Get Out. So I have I don't ever have to worry about that. Maybe in the past, but not now. That's what I'm doing. You know, I used to always want a bird. Oh, this is so fucking random. Birds are shitty pets. Like literally really shitty pets. God damn it, I'm taking L's and all these fucking things. Do a bunch of regular ass shit. I want to be, what is that, what's his name, Ed Sheeran? They try to say he had etiquette issues because he was on stage. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And this is what I say, women fucking kill me. Women fucking kill me. They were complaining about how he was dressed next to Beyonce on stage because she had this big fucking, she looked like a fucking loofah. You know what I'm saying? Fucking dress on. And he was just wearing a fucking t-shirt and fucking jeans and shit. He's so disrespectful to me. I'm like, what the fucking Beyonce, bitch? Like, bitch is a fucking singer. Just because y'all give her all your goddamn money. Like, don't make that bitch no fucking queen. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't get Hillary elected. I'm gonna be honest, Dominic. You gotta watch what you say. You know, we already know you're on the fringe there, so gotta be careful with your wording. Be the best for all of us. Again. Yeah, ain't nothing special about that. I'm not a fan. I'm really trying to think. I can't say there's any song that Beyonce ever put out that just, I was like, wow, that's an amazing song. And that's why I say, like, and that's the problem. Motherfuckers they know all about this bitch life. Don't even know what the fuck going on in their own life. You know, everything she was cheated on by Jay-Z. Nigga, you fucking with cheating on you right now while you tweeting about fucking Beyonce. Man, I don't fuck with it at all. I don't fuck with Beyonce at all. Now, when it came down to it, when I see some of y'all, some young bucks, y'all don't know nothing about this right here. Okay, look, let me school you. When I was younger, right about that time when Beyonce was blowing up, it was Beyonce and Alicia Keys. She was kind of, that's before she got thick though. She was still kind of think she was coming off a decisive time in her life. I think she was making some decisions, you know, whether she was down with the carrot and the onions or she was still playing for the other team. But I was always a bigger Alicia Keys fan than Beyonce. Beyonce made very good pop hits, but Alicia Keys was more of an artist to me. Like the fact, you know, that she could actually play the piano and everything else that went with it. She just had that, I don't know, when she had that little kind of dykey voice would come on for a second. Yeah, you know, you came into the restaurant the other day, sounding like a ma'am. Alicia Keys, your cousin. The key and the keys. Like I said, I like that was something that she was a little bit more soulful, in my opinion, than Beyonce. You know, and so I was just a bigger Alicia Keys fan than I was of Beyonce, and that's only saying so much, you know. Word. Now, I don't like hoes on fire. You need to go get that checked out. Bitch started yelling about she on fire. Yeah, I don't know what nigga you was fucking with, bitch. It wasn't me. You need to go get that looked at. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you ain't been in here long. So most people know. I'm an all natural type person. I like them dark skinned, all natural. I'm not a big fan of makeup. Don't even really care for. I've dated them, but I'm not a big fan of light skinned girls. It's not like I'm going chasing out seeking a yellow bone. But I like natural women. I like natural women. Not really big on the skinny chicks. That's why I say what's her name was. She was a bit of an anomaly. But just as far as music wise, I preferred Alicia Keys. But like I say, you know, I got a wingspan, you feel me? And so I can't be hugged up on no broad, and I'm end up hugging myself too. So I can't do the skinny bitches. Being there scratching my own back and shit, trying to hug a bitch. But that's just my bag, like I say. Everybody has their preferences. I have mine. But then I think there's like I have other reasons as for my preferences. Maybe a short mixer tonight. I'm gonna have to get up. I gotta get up pretty early tomorrow. I may get on the mixer and annihilate a couple of Heidi's cousins and not for a little bit, talk a little bit of shit. But again, though, so we didn't really come to a resolution, and I want to know, and I do want to talk about that R. Kelly thing here in a second before it's over with. What do we do? How do we resolve the etiquette issue? I mean, because, you know, like Heidi mentioned, so many different cultures, so many different backgrounds, you know, so many different nationalities, races, religious beliefs, political beliefs. How do we resolve the issue of poor etiquette in America? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This is Ernest, man.
Ernest, man, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How you doing this evening?
All right. Hey, yeah. On the aspect of how we resolve it, that's a complex question. I mean, because I don't think a lot of us truly understand how we even have the etiquette issue we have. Now, I personally would like to shed some light on it, on the way I see it.
Okay.
And this is what it is. I think it's by design to a degree.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you an example. Whenever you look at hold on a second, bro. All right. Whenever you look at the phrase pipeline to prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that right there right, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
All right, Honcho. So in this society, bro, it's unfortunate that we have a prison system that's based off profit, right? So you got it's called what they do. They privatize these prisons, and they make a lot of money off people ended up in there. So when you got just this type of thing going on, and I give you another example. You know, kind of like obesity, how unhealthy we are as a society. Why is that? Because they make a lot of money off of us being sick. So some of this stuff is by design, bro. It's just greed and profit. So when we understand this, how does this tie into etiquette? Okay, well, if you're making a profit off a portion of society's criminality, then you must alter their behavior pattern. And this is where etiquette ties in at. Because when you start mixing in the drugs and you start mixing in teen pregnancy and babies raising babies, and then you start mixing in like you talk about the media fanning flames of things that really shouldn't be, you know, fanned per se, but to get people emotionally riled up, etiquette goes out the window, bro. And you're dealing with animosity and all this other stuff, and people losing respect for one another, not realizing that in the grand scheme, you being played, man. But to me, bro, not enough of us realize what's going on, and we take the bait every single time, and we find ourselves in situations where we don't respect one another, bro. We don't respect our women. We really don't respect ourselves, bro, in the grand scheme of things. And whenever you got a situation like that, you know, etiquette, like, you know, it just don't matter. So until some of these things change in our society, bro, I think we gonna continue to see these issues. But anyway, that's my take on it, bro. I hang up and listen.
All right, man. I appreciate the call there, Ernest.
All right.
All right. No, I think that's real interesting what he said. You know, that. We got a call real quick. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling the den this evening.
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Josh, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Yeah, and about etiquette, man, like I said, treating people with respect, man, it goes both ways. And honestly, I want to thank also my parents. Like, I'm not saying that I have a big ego, but I'm able to take certain things. Like if I treat someone the right way and like someone treat me like the wrong way, I'll be mad, but I wouldn't like go crazy. I wouldn't be like angry at the person for it, because maybe I understand what the person's going through. But I always try to treat people, and I treat people with respect every single day. And I'm just gonna bring it simple. I don't know if anybody else talked about this. It's almost like just being honest. You can't even be nice to a girl nowadays because if you're not like an asshole, everything else, it won't take you seriously. And I don't think if you remember the last time I called, remember the time I called and I went on that girl IG Live and I was being myself and she was like, oh, you being too nice, like she gonna take advantage of you, like, yeah, 'cause you remember that time, right? It was like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember.
Yeah, so yeah, that's main example, one-on-one, man. I be myself. Next thing you know, bam, man. I can't be mad at her because she's telling the truth. Like most girls will use that as weakness. Most girls use that to take advantage of you. And someone like me, like, I'm not afraid of it because I haven't been that long. I mean, I haven't been alive that long, but I see tendencies, and I know if someone's taking advantage of me to like leave. Like I have no pride in me. Like if I see someone that's like trying to cheat on me or anything, I mean, I get out of that relationship 10 times out of 10. Been there, done that. So, I mean, but I don't stop. Like I keep trying to do the right thing. I'm not just gonna be mean to people from now on. The other people would, but because like I'm sure of myself, I'm not insecure. Like I know who I am. So I just want to spill that, man.
Okay. Man, I appreciate the call, Josh. Some very interesting points. We're going to speak on it.
All right, man.
Already.
All right, man.
All right. Okay. A couple of good calls there. So we're going to talk about those. We'll start with Ernest and what he was saying about, that society benefits of us being basically uncultured and in the sense of the lack of etiquette, Shit, even having a lack of discipline, period. Because etiquette is discipline. Knowing how to, handle one another. And you talked about obesity, and you talked about how it gets fueled and inflamed by a lot of these things, the media, and again, and how so that there's profit off of poor behavior. But what I find interesting, and again, like I say, I think it's a difficult task. It's a very difficult thing, and it's a very difficult thing. And I was speaking with I was just chopping it up with the hairdresser today, and we just have an interesting conversation. You sit in that fucking seat so long, you might as well talk about stuff. And we're just talking about some similar things to this, and we were just discussing, how to improve certain behaviors. And we brought up a reference about, boarding schools and some things like that. But what do we do to counteract that? I mean, I think most people accept it and they just think it's who they are. I don't think most people think and realize, what goes along with poor discipline. I'll be honest, like I said, the more I've been hit weights, the more I've been fucking eating. And I posted a picture the other day where I blew up. But the thing about me, I guess, is the fact that the way that I carry it, it doesn't, if you said somebody else was 280 pounds right now I'm like 280, okay, 278 point whatever. But 280 pounds right now. Probably again, right? I think my heaviest ever, I want to say I was 287. That was a few years back. And that's when I got my act together and slimmed up. But I don't do it again. It's not really an issue. I'm not really worried about it. Because I think after I had that 280, I dropped down to like 220 something. So I told you, I bet by March I'll be in the 235 range by March. Early to maybe mid-March. We'll see. It depends on how much work I want to put in. But, so I'm not worried about that. This dude from India that hadn't eaten over a year. Good grief. I ain't finna go that far. But, all right, I gave you power. No, see, I gave you power. I gave you power. So, how about that? The miles blow you up. No, that's my ass. It's my own fault because, like I say, after putting in more work, like I say, being more diligent in the weight room, I've been wanting to fucking eat more. But being honest, I haven't been eating the healthiest. So when I got off the vegetarian kick I was on for a while, I was still at a solid weight. But then as I started, when I got off of that, I started actually, like I said, working out more and then just kind of eating. And maybe it was some of making up for what I felt like I was missing out on or some shit. But, it is what it is. But it's not a big deal. Like I say, not a big deal. I'm not really worried about it. Like it's not a thing to lose weight. That's not an issue without having to do anything extreme. So I'm not really concerned about that. But yeah, the discipline and how society benefits off of that. How they thrive on the lack of discipline in so many different facets. And, it yes, that darn American Medical Association out to get me. They've been injecting me with fat while I sleep. But again, like I say, man, it's no big deal. Like I said, these last couple of days, because I took that on the 1st, today's about the 3rd. I said I'm going to take it serious this weekend and get started again. So just so I can talk shit when March comes around and say, I told y'all so. For everybody who ever doubted me, for everybody who said that I wasn't going to make it back down to my 230s and then back down to my 220s, to my 210s, but I will. I definitely will. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling the den this evening.
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This is Ernest again, man.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den?
Hey, man, this is off subject, bro. I know it's for the South. Like you said earlier, you didn't do a stream today in the South, right? No,
I didn't do it. Not today. I'm a double dose something tomorrow.
All right. Well, okay. Yeah, I thought I was tripping, man. I ain't see it, but yeah, you confirmed it. But I just want to say this real quick, bro. The disrespect, bro, that we getting, bro, is unreal. I'm about to take it. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere I turn, bro, people I work with thinking the coach really gonna come in our house and mishandle us. And I know you done went over this a few times about the point differential in both games, but I just don't get, Honcho, where they thinking these coaches about to just come in here and just roll over on us like that, bro. Anyway, I just had to throw that out there, bro. I had it on my mind, man. But I'm gonna tune into the stream tomorrow, Honcho.
All right, that's a bet. Appreciate the call, Ernest.
All right.
Already.
All right, bro.
Already. Yeah, I told y'all, man. It was I told y'all that well, early in the stream. I know some people wasn't here earlier. I'm finna give y'all some of that old school Honcho. I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow because I felt insulted, and the reason we started talking about etiquette tonight. Because old busted up ass Colts fan gonna post a link to his video on my shit, and I talk about. I'm gonna take this call. I'll finish that thought in here in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling on the den this evening?
Yeah, it's Edmund again.
Edmund again. What's the motherfucking deal? What you want to drop at the den tonight, Edmund?
So it's kind of a little bit off topic, but what would you do in a scenario where, let's say, your parents are saying, hey, like, you know, you need to start saving up some money to move out. Like, you need to start paying for rent, things of that nature. But you're still going to school full time. Like, would you start planning on moving to a different, like, renting your own apartment or moving in with a friend? Like, how would you handle that situation?
Very interesting. If I was young, if I not stay with my parents now, so I guess I don't just phrase this right. If I was young, someone around your age, and if you're staying at home with the parents and things like that, what you would have to do is your best bet financially, I would say find a roommate. But the thing about roommates is it can be real sketchy. It can be extremely fucking sketchy. You because you have people who get in roommate situations with motherfuckers they don't know, or even if they do get in roommate situations with friends, like sometimes, you know, people are cool. Same thing with hoes though when you deal with them. So, you know, they can be cool in the time that you deal with them, but when you go home to your own environment, they go home to their own environment. You don't know how they live at home. They don't know how you live at home. When you live with someone, it can get pretty sketchy. So if you can afford it, if you can manage it, I'd say do your own thing. Have your own freedoms. You don't have to deal with the bullshit of a roommate and depending on someone else, depending on someone to, you know, to come up with their share of the rent if they may or may not be trustworthy. Again, you may find a good roommate, know somebody who's good with their money and all that other good stuff. But you have to take on all the burdens of another individual when you do. They may have peculiar habits that you would have to deal with. They may funk up the bathroom. They may not flush. They may not fucking clean the tub. Who knows? It could be anything. I think you just have to, either your best bet is to, if you can afford it, get your gig, live on your own. If you're trying to be, you try to save a couple of bucks and you're willing to risk a little bit of your sanity. Again, like I say, you're still young, so you're a little bit more malleable with what you can take. Then you know, do your thing, have fun, enjoy having a roommate. But that roommate shit can get old real quick. It can get old real quick if you don't know the motherfucker like that. And again, like I said, they got shitty ass habits. It can get old fast.
Oh, sorry. I'm watching the Rockets game, so.
All right. So is there an additional part to this question?
Hello. Is there an additional part to the question?
Hello. Is there an additional part to the question? I don't think we've lost contact. No, hang up on that, man. Yeah, that motherfucker had been on some other shit. You go. You need a roommate, goddamn. They're gonna bust your ass. You're gonna be watching the Rockets game and your ass supposed to be going to work, goddamn it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called in on the den this evening?
Yeah, it's I couldn't hear you.
I said, was there? I was asking if there was an additional part to the question.
To address. Yeah, there was, but first I want to, just clear my name real quick. Heidi, I do have a job, so you don't have to teach me about anything since you're a bot. But speaking of which, do you think that it's a good idea to move in with the female?
No, it's not. You need freedom. If it's, is it a female that, if it's a female that you fucking with, no. If it's a female that you're friends with, no. If it's a female on the face of the planet Earth, no. Because it's
not even if not even if she's like a childhood friend that I consider like family.
No. Then with females brings a whole different set of problems, and I'm telling you this from experience. Okay, so take my advice. Take my advice. A childhood friend will probably be the worst of all the ones. Just don't do it, because my thing is this, Ed, man, and I'm saying this because I feel like we have different personalities. I think you're more susceptible to females' bullshit. Okay, and at one point in time, and I was, and again, like I say, with experience, you start learning how to cut that shit off quick. Once you start realizing certain habits and things, you learn to cut that shit off quick. And no matter what society tries to tell you that they're lovely angels and all this other shit, women are dirty as fuck, dog. Women are dirty. So women only have like clean homes when they want you to come over and smash. After that, it's game over, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it's game over. So you're not. There's not going to be the benefits that you think there are. And again, if it's a childhood friend and you're not fucking with her, let me tell you something about hoes, man. Like, they just as bad as niggas. You're gonna be dealing with all kind of random niggas up in your crib and shit. Niggas gonna be eating your cookies. You know what I'm saying? All in your food in the refrigerator. You're gonna get up in the middle of the night wondering what the fuck that noise is. Gonna be some nigga walking around your house in his boxers. You know what I'm saying? Fucking talking about, oh, these was yours? My bad, player. I didn't know. I thought they was hers. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't do it, big dog. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be highly upset, nigga. Yeah, fucking up the Chips Ahoy. They're going to be ate all your Fruity Pebbles and shit. You're going to be mad in a bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You fucking, nigga going to be all on you. Well, depends if you got your shit in the living room, motherfucker going to be all on your PlayStation and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga going to be, fucking washing his dick off in your sink and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be bad shit, man. Look, you can't, you can't do that shit, man. You don't want to do none of that shit, man. You don't want those problems. You know what I mean? So, my advice would be to just do you. Having your own freedom, having your own time, making your own rules is the best bet. You know what I mean? So, you gotta be cool on that. Interesting. So the 8-Ball says that Heidi is Jaybird. Interesting. But
all right, yeah, that's a bet.
All right, appreciate the call, man.
Love you, Heidi.
You're a bot, and he loves you. Interesting. But yeah, if you look, if you can go live in the hood, you might find something even cheaper. Now, you may be paying some extra costs and losses, but you can find you something decent. I mean, if you're really looking, you can find you something decent. So, My advice would be to do you, man, and just figure it all out. The learning experience in itself is worth it. Again, like I say, just the freedom itself is worth it. Yeah, do your thug thing. That's kind of where I would go. Yeah, how does a pot stir? Like women do in the kitchen, stir up that pot. I'd be in there making menudo and shit. But again, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in the other stuff. My thing is this: we respect women around here. Fuck, it was something I said. I did say I wanted to speak on the R. Kelly thing, even though I haven't watched it, and it was something else. I was gonna make a reference earlier to something, and oh yeah, it was the PewDiePie thing I seen, because he was talking. He watches fucking Dr. Phil. They're living with a roommate's experience. Oh man, yeah, you're gonna lose that. But honestly, living with a friend, like I said, unless y'all just got to understand that y'all are of like mind and really on the same page, and even then, it can ruin a friendship. So you got to be careful with those type of situations. But it was a video I seen on the fucking PewDiePie thing. It was about this little fucking girl. We were talking about parents earlier, and that's what I want to remember. And this guy was a military dude. Had a career in the military. Had 2 fucking daughters, 16-year-old doing whatever the fuck she want, 13-year-old kicking and screaming. I wish I fucking would. I'd tiger uppercut that little fucking 13-year-old. I'd fucking beat it, fucking hit the Zangief slam on the 16-year-old, and my wife would have had to catch a roundhouse just because you birthed these little fucking demon kids. No, it was a crazy thing, but it was just like, we talking about etiquette and shit, and it's some wild shit, man. Like, motherfuckers rude as fuck. The daughter, oh my God. Like when I say and some motherfuckers is dumb. Like some people are dumb. This motherfucking, come on, Dr. Rabbit. Where do you think I'm going with this conversation? The fucking daughter on there posting on Snapchat that she going to take the keys and steal the keys and go pick up her friends and shit. They played this shit all on the TV. This bitch looking dumbfounded, and she talking about, how did you even get this video? Like, you stupid bitch, you fucking posted it on your fucking social media, you fucking dumb brick. Like, what the fuck do you mean, how did you get this video? Like, that's what I'm saying. People are dumb as shit nowadays. I think social media makes people even dumber. But, it is what it is. But yeah, it was a whole little crazy situation. So, it was a whole fucking situation. But again, and that's why I say, these kids now have lack of respect for their parents. They out there trying to impress these little goofy ass friends of theirs and shit. Man, y'all know my saying, man, fuck them kids. I'd have been booted the fuck out them motherfuckers. I'd have tripped one of them motherfuckers on the way down the stairs. They motherfucker basically kidnapped these motherfuckers and they took them to Dr. Phil. This motherfucker crying, fucking, they said I could have my phone out here. Like, bitch, you on fucking national. What the fuck you think you finna be doing on your phone on stage? Like, so I say these motherfuckers are too attached to the fucking electronics. And that's why I say I try to avoid getting in that situation. I'm telling you, I leave my phone all over the place. I just leave it all over the place. I ain't even finna fuck with it, man. I ain't even finna trip on that shit. I'm just like, oh man, that 7-year-old situation is real fucked up. I've been kind of avoiding it a little bit because I need to read up fully on the story, because I've heard 2 different things, man, and ultimately, whatever the fuck it is, it's unfortunate, that the child lost her life. Super unfortunate. But before I really dive into it, I just know that much because I heard it was something that happened at Walmart. Then I heard, it happened while they were on the road. So I need to do a little bit more reading, get a little bit more in depth in the story before I really speak on it, because I had some thoughts about that and just trying to understand some things with that when it comes to that. So we will talk about that. We will talk about that. Excuse me. But Josh was saying, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up here shortly. Josh was saying about respecting people, and not letting, other people's energy affect you. Josh Garrick a lot. Yeah, that could be interesting. Then they're gonna start posing like niggas be posing on these fucking on the gram. It'll be a fucking daycare full of little kids with Glocks posing like gangsters and shit. Fucking A. Motherfuckers, niggas do the weirdest shit. But my thing though is it's really a sad situation. It really is, and it's unfortunate. Like, all jokes aside, that her loss of life is nothing to joke about. But crazy world we live in. Very crazy world we live in. But then again, like I said, that's why I talk about the news. I talk about these things that happen will affect the way you think about a lot of stuff. And so you got to be careful, man, about the stuff that you intake, about things that you fuck with. It'll have you looking at people fucking all kind of crazy. Man, that dude, it became a not even lifelong. He's barely like 18 now. That motherfucker doing time because he stole another car, going joyriding with his friends and shit. But again, they wasn't punishing his ass, man. They wasn't punishing his ass, and that's what it was. Yeah, the news, you got to watch the news. Well, you don't got to watch the news, but with the news, what do? They hit you with a whole bunch of depressing ass shit, and they may start the news off. Say the news is on for an hour. They going to start the news off by giving you a 2-minute story about something positive. Then they're going to hit you with all the traffic sucks here, weather sucks here, this bad shit happened in this area, this bad shit happened in this area, this bad shit happened in this area. Hey, fucking happy story about a kid and an animal. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. Then at the end of it, somebody probably getting some type of funding to help some kind of cause, and that's the end of the news. You might get like 6 minutes of positivity, and the rest is all just terrible shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I don't fuck. Oh yeah, it's sports. Yeah, and don't let your city suck, because then they gonna talk bad about them. Yeah, don't be in a bad way. They gonna. And the thing about fucking this news sports reporters are the worst. Motherfuckers don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. They just be saying some shit. Boom goes the dynamite. But again, like I say, it's very unfortunate. A very unfortunate situation, man. Same at the same time. Yeah, because all them motherfuckers was owned by, what is that, St. Clair Media? That was owning all them fucking stations. And that's why you would see the fucking news, like, basically verbatim from all over the country. And motherfuckers were basically saying, like, literally the exact same fucking shit. Because it's a company that owns a lot of these little local news stations. And they repeating the fucking shit that's being said. All right, we'll take this call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling into the den this evening? Hello.
It smell like Honcho. This is Dr. Rabbit 19.
What's going on, Dr. Rabbit 19? So you went and got your PhD, I see.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Rabbit. What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Man, I'm just gonna say this, man. It's depressing when they give you like some sad news that's like either like a movie star died or somebody got shot. What's really fucked up is they show when they hit you with the depressing news, and then they show one of those ASPCA commercials.
Those are fucking hurt cats, the fucking 3-legged dogs and shit. Motherfuckers be in them kennels looking sad as shit. Yeah, I feel you. Well, that's where Peter comes in.
There were dogs out there.
That's where you got. Man, I seen a Peter fucking.
There were dogs.
What'd you say? A dog. What are you doing with the dogs? Leave the dogs.
There were dogs out there in the snow cold and tired.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
That should make me cry.
I ain't gonna lie. One of the saddest things I did see, y'all saw that dog during Harvey? That motherfucker was carrying the fucking bag of food. That shit was sad. No, I was talking about during Harvey, there was a dog that was wandering around the neighborhood. Well, I don't know. We go back to the last call. But did y'all see that fucking dog? Like, he was supposed to be staying somewhere with somebody else. I think his owners had left him or something. So that motherfucker went and scored his bag. He took his bag of food and he was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm out, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with this bullshit. That nigga was like, I'm going home, nigga. Fuck y'all. But dogs, man, you got to appreciate dogs. Dogs are some of the most interesting stories when it comes to these tragic events. It was that fire in California. Lady came home like after a month or something like that. And then the fucking dog was outside, like where the house used to be. Like just laid there waiting on her to fucking come back. Like that shit there is that shit is. Well, I felt bad for the dog with the food though, because he couldn't even open it. How he gonna get in that shit? He was gonna claw that shit open. Yeah, like I say, people don't appreciate the animalis. I don't know. Scotty is. I'm telling you, Scotty is a traitor. Scotty gonna bounce and fucking. He gonna go whoever offers him food. Man, I took Scotty with me one time. Man, I went. I was cutting some yards and shit. And I was going over, I was like, you know, I was going to go cut my uncle yard. So I took him with me, you know, just let him chill or whatever in the fucking car or whatever. You know, he liked to ride in the car and shit. He just liked to chill. Man, tell me why. I think I knocked out the backyard. It wasn't even that bad. I had him some little water and stuff in the car. I come back. This nigga Scotty is nowhere to be found. So I'm going around the neighborhood calling for him. And then I happen to say, like, I'm calling for the dog, and I'm like walking. There's an open garage. Some people, they watching like TV in their garage. I'm like, man, have y'all seen a dog around here? Man, tell me why this nigga Scotty in these people garage, they done gave him some snacks and shit, talking about they about to post him on Facebook and shit, like talking about if anybody, like, I'm like, this, it ain't even been fucking 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker here, Scotty, that went and found him a whole new motherfucking place, dog. This shit was ridiculous. I think Scotty's racist because he went with the white family. Scotty loves the white man. I'm just talking shit. But, you know, I'm like, yeah, Scott, if you don't get your bitch ass on, niggas looking sad. Fuck, I found me a new fucking family and shit, you know. I ain't fucking with you, nigga. You left me in the car and shit, nigga, cutting grass and shit. I ain't with that shit. I ain't coming to work. Fucking Scotty. He's a piece of shit. Scotty is a piece of shit, dog. Yeah, right, though. He's a piece of shit, though. He ain't no Chilo, but he'll do. Well, I don't know. I elbow dropped the shit out of Scotty. Scotty attempted to he tried to spaz on me one time, and that resulted in Scotty almost dying. I'm just leaving it at that. Scotty was finna get hit with the motherfucking, the Undertaker, man. He's finna get hit with the tombstone. Fucking. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, they be like, they had to say, yeah, you called 911. They be like, well, where'd he get the lawnmower? Huh? Is Scotty this new street drug? But, you know, it is what it is. The R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly thing. And here's my deal. Before I heard people talking about it, and how did I know that it had something to do with Lifetime before I even saw the fucking details of it? And before I saw any of the fucking details, man, I just seen them. They were probably a dog with no nose named Sniffles the other day. A fucking dog named Sniffles with no fucking nose. And they were promoting motherfuckers trying to get him all from all over the country. But the R. Kelly thing, man, and this is what I say, America's such a crock of bullshit, and you can sell that shit to women. They got motherfuckers, I think Aaliyah's mom came out and said, because they based, some woman was like, but I saw him, yeah, it's a fucked up ass that you saw. talking about, yeah, I saw R. Kelly having sex with Aaliyah and doing stuff that, you know, he shouldn't have been doing. Like, and this motherfucker, Aaliyah's mom, like, man, bitch, I was on fucking tour. We were on both, me and her parents, her dad were on tour with her. Everywhere she went, kept an eye on her. I ain't never even seen you before. Who the fuck are you? Like, you wasn't never there. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, motherfuckers will come out the woodworks for some fucking fame, man. And that's why I say, like, that shit holds no merit to me. John Legend, he's old broad because they said he was on the fucking shit, but they were talking about all these other celebrities. The fucking lady was like, yeah, they said that, you know, it was too messy, you know, that we didn't want to get involved with it and shit. Like, they were trying to get a whole bunch of other celebrities. They were trying to get Dave Chappelle. So you're trying to get a bunch of names on there to try to make some merit to that shit. That's why they ain't want to fuck with it, because there ain't no merit to what you fucking talking about. And shit, if they ain't get him in the legal system, then shit, they ain't finna get him. Like, I don't think people realize the power of R. Kelly. You know what I mean? This motherfucker admitted, I admit, this nigga fucking made a 19-minute song talking about himself. Nigga, I can't read. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for none of these songs. I got to go on tour because all my shit that got took. I was living in a hotel. Like, man, ain't nothing you can do to R. Kelly. That man, that's the Iron Man right there. That motherfucker, if you ain't broke R. Kelly yet, man, it ain't gonna happen. Y'all might as well leave that man alone. Like, obviously, the women are running out of figures to Me Too. So they trying to go dig up some old shit. Like, R. Kelly ain't even relevant like that no more. It's just like, it's to the point where now it's pathetic. Like, motherfuckers, they're like, Lifetime killed me because Lifetime ain't never made a fucking good movie. Like, I ain't never watched none of them. But all you got to do is look at the report, even when these fucking gossip-loving women talk about how the shit is shit. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's bad, because they'll be desperate to support some any kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers here are trying to talk about, you know, the Aaliyah shit. Wendy Williams, old Mark ass was behind that shit. They ain't even got no Aaliyah music in that shit. Got motherfuckers don't even look right in this shit. Motherfuckers looking like somebody else. Like, all this other shit that they got. Like, I mean, it's just, I can't support that shit, man. But again, like I say, it'll show you that people will try to build a career on somebody else's downfall. Like, they'll do their best to step on you, you know, on your way down to propel them to the next level. I'm just trying to get to this ledge up here. Let me just step on you, my nigga. You know, and get their motherfucking ass up to the next level while they kick your ass while you down. Like, who gets anything out of that? You know, I go back and I look at that situation. They talk about a sex cult, with all these young girls. It goes back to this, man. Where the fuck were their parents? R. Kelly couldn't have done this shit to no 18, 17, 16. They don't even got fucking, you know, they not even fucking giving up the age of consent to be doing anything legal. Like, where the fuck are the parents that they are able to do this shit? They wanted some shit to happen so they could try to get some money because they think R. Kelly got some money to try to get some shit off of it, man. So my thing is like, man, miss me with that bullshit about R. Kelly. Why would your parents allow you to get put in a situation? Because most of these motherfuckers here, like you say, ain't been relevant since about 05, and that's about right. Knowing R. Kelly and his history, most of these motherfuckers were young kids. Right now, what is this, 2019, 05, 14 years, probably 4 or 5 years old when this shit was going on. Maybe 6 or 7. Even then, they don't know about no fucking R. Kelly and what's going on with him. You are the parents who were alive when all this shit was happening. Excuse me. And you're going to say, oh, yeah, it's okay for you to go and work with R. Kelly. Yeah, he's changed. We know it. You are willing to put your daughter in that situation in hopes of gaining some type of profit off of R. Kelly. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to say, man, what's up with them shitty ass fucking parents? Why would they let their kids do that? Knowing who he is and what that is. Because they're so, motherfuckers are so thirsty for fame and celebrity and all this other shit to put their own kids at risk. A lot of people use their kids as fucking pawns and tools to try to get something out of them. They'll put their kids, make their kids the face of the shit. They'll sit there behind the scenes controlling everything and hoping that they can come up and win. You know, and to me, that's the most despicable thing. R. Kelly's a man. Okay? If these motherfuckers were 18, age of consent some places is 17. Not my bag. I don't like young hoes. I hate young hoes. Get on my motherfucking nerves. But obviously that's R. Kelly's thing. It is what it is. But my deal is this. You know that it's susceptible to a situation if you put them in his face or whatever else it is. And I think he even said that he smashed them. You know, one of them, but she was 18 or whatever, in the song. But my thing is, what's up with the fucking parents? Why do we never talk about these shit ass parents who are willing to put their children through all this shit for some fame? And word? It wasn't took to overtime? Well, James Harden is the GOAT. I don't even know what his stat line is. It's James Harden versus the Warriors. Fuck the motherfuckers. That fucking crazy ass green coat he had on. But here is the dilly dally. You been all right? Okay. All right. Well, it's about time everybody else showed up, goddamn. But here's my deal. You going in there with no Gordon, because Gordon was hurt, right? And this is on a limited minute count. No Chris Paul for whatever that's worth. It's fucking Capella Harden versus the Warriors. Yeah, they got, 4 superstars, all the Warriors playing? 2020. Capella been balling this year, man. Been knocking 2020. He's been able to do that. I'm glad that we're seeing that out of him more this year, and I'm glad we kept him. And everybody wanted it to be out now. Well, Capella gonna leave. Capella gonna take that contract. Capella he gonna go somewhere else. How? But again, so good stuff. Well, here is the dilly, Piccadilly, dilly dally, all that good stuff. Get ready to wind it up. We'll get ready to wrap it up. Midnight. Like I say, I guess we'll get on the mixer for a little bit. I'll talk a little bit of shit on the mixer. Fuck a little that Wolfenstein for a little bit. And I ain't gonna be on there too late tonight because, like I said, I got to get up pretty early here. I ain't finished your point. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Let me finish that up, and then we'll wrap it up on that because I was speaking on it and I didn't finish it. It was something else I was talking on. I didn't finish either. So I got to start taking better notes. I gotta get on my grind this year. I gotta get this shit worthwhile so I need like an assistant like fucking with assistant like fucking Joe Rogan. Remind me where I'm at. So before I be going off on my tangents and going off track and shit. But basically just talking about not letting people affect you and the way that you think. And I think that's a very powerful statement because it can be a very difficult thing to do. But you do have to be secure. You do have to be stern in your beliefs. You have to be, steadfast in your way because people will deliberately want to just fuck your day up. Like people will deliberately just want to see you unhappy because they're unhappy. And so they'll try to do whatever they can in their power to try to make you feel some type of way, but to feel some type of way because they don't understand their emotions. They don't understand their feelings and they feel all fucked up and they wonder why everybody else ain't feeling like that. I mean, it's people who want to spread, people want to use the blue shell on Mario. Exactly. They losing, you winning. They want to take you out. Dominic, that's like the one thing you've ever said that actually fit the conversation and was relevant and actually somewhat funny. So again, you gotta just you gotta stay strong, and that's a tough thing to do, man. But like you're talking about cheating or wanting bad for you or trying to take advantage of you, and being able to move on and not let that slow you down. It can be a very difficult thing to do, and a lot of people can't do that because what most people do is they invest themselves into other people, and so they set these expectations up for other people that they don't have for themselves, and so they get so disappointed when they get let down from someone else, but they don't hold themselves to that same standard. They don't hold themselves to that same accord. And ultimately, I think that's the biggest problem is that you need to have more esteem in yourself. You have to have more confidence in yourself because we do that in a lot of areas. I mean, not just with each other personally. I think, you can throw sports in there too. A lot of people do that. People get irate because their sports team let them down or something. But again, that's another person in their occupation and their employment. Why are we putting so much faith into someone else. You know what I'm saying? Hola, simping can. Your simpery knows no bounds. Say Mario Kart is a symbol of capitalism. Everyone fighting to be number one. When you're number one, you can be assassinated by the blue shell. I think last place gets a good item. Those are welfare checks. Whatever you say. I mean, that's cool, whatever you say. Kenneth, I got free head the third time cologne. Kenneth, I'm trying to save niggas in my class cologne. I told him, Kenneth, I saw him watch Scared Straight, but he don't want to get straight cologne. If you don't shut your goofy ass up. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you. This is why I said what I said earlier. Like I said, I like Kenneth, but y'all think I'm joking. If I ever meet Kenneth, I'm going to slap the shit out of him one good time. Just one good time. I'm gonna cock it back. I ain't even gonna give it I ain't gonna even cock it all the way back. I'm just gonna give it just enough to get the adequate amount of velocity to knock some sense into his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I may drop him, but I'll pick him up. I'll dust him off. I'm saying, nigga, you got your mind right? Or do you need another one? Another one. You ain't gonna hit me with the fucking DJ Khaled. Slap his ass one more time. But here's the deal, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Fuck with all of y'all. And I thank y'all for supporting, you know, the den. I thank y'all for supporting the sauce. Like I said, we're going to drop some sauce. We're going to make it shake. And Kenneth, that's what you won't do. So, again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It ain't, like I say, it's just going to be, look, I'm going to do I'm gonna do the Baker move, man. I'm gonna put the what is it? Put the cuff on him, just enough on that ear, just to stumble him up a little bit. That's what made it. I'm gonna hit it with the Baker clap. Yeah, getting like I'm getting a mixer here for a little bit, maybe for an hour or so, and talk a little shit, and you know, take out all the Kleindienst people, the Kleindienstians, but yeah, it's sauce tomorrow. Trust me, I told y'all I'm finna give y'all. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about the fucking Colts fan coming tagging this fucking whack ass video on my shit, and that's what had me a little hot talking about etiquette, because my thing is this: these Colts fans ain't showed up all year. Now all of a sudden they really think they in it because they listening to the national media. Oh, you know, just coming up with these bullshit ass fucking excuse. I'm going old school. I'm going 16-0 Honcho. I'm dropping some shit tomorrow. I'm talking big shit. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've been kosher this season for the most part, throughout the entire season. Haven't gotten too high, haven't gotten too low. I'm going in tomorrow. So y'all be prepared for that. But with that being said, man, hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all again for the support, for the conversation, for just, you know, everything, all the input. Appreciate all the calls this evening. Shout out to Edman, shout out to Ernest, shout out to Josh, and and Rabbit, and the dog noises and things like that. So I appreciate all y'all, man. So with that being, I ain't gonna spark up the Blizzy. I'll fire up a black. I ain't gonna spark up the Blizzy. I can't burn the Blizzle until I reach a personal goal that I have set. Once I reach that goal, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be all the way back with the blunts, but maybe like once a week, or maybe at the end of the week or something like that. You know, maybe start dropping a old school style den. And I don't know about the sauce, but we'll probably do some old school style den. You gotta set goals, man. It'll be so much more worthwhile when I reach that goal. Cause shit, it's been it'll be fucking 7 months here before you know it. But and there goes Kenneth, killing it as always. Kenneth, that's why you ain't got no hoes, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how I ended whenever Kenneth's in here, man. Y'all look, y'all ain't got to go home. Y'all can come to the mixer, but y'all be fucking with this nigga Kenny, man. Y'all gotta get the fuck out. Just go. I'm out. I don't even know, man. This nigga Kenneth and this simp shit, he gonna start spreading simpitis all around this motherfucker. This nigga here, he ain't gonna be fucking no hoes. 29